Sairam students, today we are going to start with new topic. Yes, today in writing skill we are going to start with report writing. So all of you be ready with a notebook and a pen to write all the important points that we are going to discuss today. Students, we will be understanding the following points in this report writing. That is the definition of report, types of report, then points to remember while writing a report. We will be also understanding the format of report writing with the help of example. The reports we come across are generally related to crime and accident, education, health, finance, sports, and many more. Students, have you ever thought about the purpose of report writing? Yes, reports will enable us to keep a records and to determine further action. Reports will help researchers to do their work. News reports let other people know about current affairs. Now let's understand what is a report writing. A first-hand description of an event, process, or incident is called a report. A report is different from any essay in that a report is always factual and does not contain any personal opinions. We can also understand a report as a description of an event or a situation meant for a particular person or a group of persons. Reports about events, accidents, matches, and many more are often published in newspapers. But that's not all. Reports may be written or read about many other things like a newspaper report, a function held in your school, or it can be a report about an inquiry or survey. Reports may be written for school news, journals, or newspapers. Now, let's understand few important points to remember while writing a report. A report must always be written in past tense. We do not use first person, that is, pronouns like I, me must be avoided. We must always try to use third person like they, he or she. Then we must always report in indirect speech and we must use passive voice, that is, the subject should be the recipient of an action. Students, we must keep in mind while writing a report, the language which we use while writing should be simple and appealing. That is, it should be attractive and interesting. Now, this is very important. Date, time, and place of an event should be mentioned while writing a report. Your report language should be correct, concise, that is, one must provide a lot of information clearly and in a few words, that is, brief but comprehensive. Your content should have factual information, that is, it does not include any personal feelings or opinions. A report writing should be systematic and clear for the intended reader. That is, a report is a clear and concise document which is written for a particular purpose and audience. Now here, clear means it should possess clarity of expressions and must not deviate from the object. Concise, as I said earlier, it should be in shorter length. Generally, it is for 200 words, but again, it depends on the question given. Now, this is written for a purpose to provide certain information. It may be regarding an event or an incident, and it is meant for a particular audience. Now let's understand the format for report writing. In the first line, that is in the middle, we must write the heading of the report in capital letters. The heading contains the event name. Now just below the heading, we must write by student correspondent, and this should be written again in the center of the line. Now just below this, that is from the left hand side margin, we will write venue and date. Like for example, the venue is Thane, and just beside Thane we will put a comma, and the date is 18th August 2020. Then just beside the venue and date you will put a colon and will start writing the body. Now the body again consists of three parts, that is introduction, main content and conclusion. Now let us understand this step by step. As I said, the first thing is heading, that is headline. A report must have a heading. The use of articles and preposition should be avoided wherever possible. The heading should be short, crisp and eye-catching. Then is the introductory paragraph. The introductory informs the reader about the incident or about the event. It is an expansion of the headline. Now, in the introduction, the first line should answer the question in the sequence. That is, what is the event? Who conducted it? When was it conducted? And where was it conducted? Then, in the second line, it should answer the question why it was conducted, and in the third line, we can write about the participants and about the volunteers that participated in the event. Now let's understand about second paragraph, that is the main content. Here we have to write how the event started and what were the highlights of the event. In short, we understand that the body of the report gives a detailed information such as background circumstances leading to the event, the name of the people involved. It informs the reader about how and why the incident of the event happens. You may also include comments of the eyewitnesses as they add to the authenticity of the news. Now, the next step is conclusion. Here, we need to summarize the end of the event with a positive note. The conclusion should be based on facts. It can be an objective comment on the events reported. I hope students it's clear till here. Now let's understand the report writing with an example. Now here the question is, Red Cross Society has organized a blood donation camp in TCS, Gandhinagar for its employee. Write a report in about 200 words covering the event as a reporter of Times of India. Let's start with the heading, that is Blood Donation Camp at TCS. Now students, notice carefully. All the words in heading are in capital letters. Now, since in the question student's name is not mentioned, so we will just write by student's correspondent. Remember this students, you will not write your personal name here. Now, in the left hand side, after leaving a line, we will write venue and date. That is Thane, then just put a comma and write date, that is 18th August 2020. Now, this is the date when you are writing the report. After that, just put a colon and begin with introductory part. Now, I'll read the first paragraph for you all. A blood donation camp was organized by Red Cross Society on 16th August 2020 from 10 am to 5 pm at TCS Gandhinagar. The main purpose of this event was to create awareness regarding regular blood donation among the employees. It was well-planned camp and many employees voluntarily participated in this noble cause. Now students, if you notice carefully, our first paragraph is answering the question what, who, when, where in a sequence. Like, what was the event? A blood donation camp. Then, who had organized? Red Cross Society. When was the event? On 16th August 2020 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, after completing the first paragraph, you will leave a line and start with second paragraph. Now, I'll read the second paragraph for you all. A team of 5 doctors and 20 nurses were present at the location. Dr. Rao gave an informative speech on the importance of blood donation at the start of the event. The first person to donate the blood was head of HR department. After that, a large number of employees donated blood with beaming faces and a proud heart. Refreshment was provided before and after the donation of the blood to each donor. A certificate of appreciation, donation card and a tea mug were given to each donor as a token of gratitude. In the second paragraph, it shows how the event started and what were the highlights of the events. Now, after completing the second paragraph, leave a line and start with the third paragraph. In the final, that is in the conclusion, we must summarize the end of the event with a positive note. Like, as the end of the event was approaching, there was a sense of satisfaction on the faces of volunteers as a total of 257 units of blood was collected. The team of doctors appreciated all those who participated in the camp and making it a huge success. Now, after combining all the 3 paragraphs, the final reports look something like this. I'm sure students, you all must have understood how to write report writing. Now, let's quickly revise whatever we have done till now. A report is a clear and concise document which is written for a purpose and for a particular audience. After that, we understood different types of report that we come across are crime and accident, education, health, finance and sports. After this, we also understood certain purpose of report writing, like it enables us to keep records, it helps researchers to do their work, and it also lets other people to know about current affairs. We also understood reports may be written for school news, journals, or newspapers. After this, we understood about some important points, like reports are written in past tense, then we need to use indirect speech and passive voice. The language which we are using in report writing should be simple and appealing. Then finally, with the help of an example, we understood how to write a report. So that's all for today, students. Alright, Sai Ram and take care.